Alright, here we are, Canadian junkyard. Okay, pro tip here. Hey everybody, welcome back to your favorite YouTube show, Fixing Random Crap with Craig. Today, we are dealing with these holes on the wall, these round circles, that are leaking a little bit. You can tell that this one has some white around it, meaning there's been some moisture there at some point. A lot of them are fine. You can tell that we're kind of doing some insulating work here as we're working on this basement. A lot of them are okay, but I identified actually 12 or 13 of them throughout the whole basement that need some work. So when you get that covering off that you see there, you'll have something like this. These are called tie rod holes, and what would be in there when the foundation is poured is these tie rods that hold the forms together while the foundation is being poured. So it basically keeps the walls upright while that happens. And then those get taken out. They get slid out when it's done, and they come along and they just, put this, it's usually like a hydraulic cement, that they'll kind of make a ball and just put it in there and scrape it off to plug those holes. Trouble is, those will start to fail over time. And we had a real big rain here this summer, and I noticed some water down in this corner, and it was coming from these holes. They weren't it wasn't pouring out of them, but it was seeping pretty good. So anyway, we have a solution. We're going to try to fix these up today, and I'm going to show you this cool new product we're going to use to deal with this problem. All right, so the solution is right here in this little box. Instruction sheet here. These are called the TRX Swell Plugs. And what they do, first off, I'm in the Great White North, as many of you followers know. Sadly, these do not ship to Canada. This is a USA only product. I had to have it shipped to a US border town and go drive and pick it up. Big shout out to myusaddress.com, whatever, in Ogdensburg, New York. Those guys were great, and they'll give you a free bridge pass for the way home on your first package. So that was a nice plus. And hi! Oh, we get some helpers. Okay, so let me show you what one of these things are. Here, check it out. So what we're gonna do, you know the hole we saw on the wall downstairs? Remember the hole?
Hello.
So this is the answer, apparently. It's called a swell plug heads, and watch, it comes apart like this, see? So we take this piece right off. If you want to take the whole thing apart, you can see what it is. So it's just a little socket bolt on the end of that. It's 3/8. And then there's a washer on there. Take that off.
My washer's coming off.
And then it just goes in a big screw. But the main piece is this blue cylinder. And what happens is you want to get this whole thing into the hole. So I'll put it back together.
I can't.
Kind of goes like this.
I can't do it.
And then we put this on. You got it, buddy. You got it. That's it. Oh, don't lose that washer. We need that. So what happens is when we tighten this, it swells up. It's like a pool plug, like a rubber pool plug. And it will tighten up. It squeezes it together so that it gets wider and fills that hole. Fills that tie rod hole. The other really cool thing is that this blue material, it says very specifically in the directions, do not eat this. And also do not expose to water before use, because when this gets exposed to water, it poofs up, apparently. It's going to expand and fill that hole and just completely tighten and seal it. So it's pretty tight anyway, just with it being like this. When you get it in, you kind of tighten it by hand, and then you put a 3/8 ratchet on it to just tighten it up so it's nice and snug. But anyway, if water ever does get to it, then what happens is, it just poofs right out. I don't know if that's the technical term, the poofing, but yeah. So anyway, this is a pretty cool thing. So next off, we're going to show you how we go about getting one of those holes ready. And hey, you got it back together, by the way. And we're going to put them in. And we're going to do, I got a baker's dozen of these bad boys. And we're going to get them all set and be ready to insulate over that wall after that. All right, more to come. All right, so we're down here Like I say, I do have one of the other holes over there that's already been exposed, but the first thing you're going to have to do is expose the hole. So they say in the directions to just use a standard hammer and hit it. Recommend your safety glasses being on for this part. Kind of breaking that stuff up. It does make a bit of a mess as all this stuff kind of falls down to the ground. That's all that hydraulic cement or whatever it is that was in there. Okay. So we kind of got it down now to that, but we want to expose the hole. Now they do sell a tool that's like a 5/8 inch rod that you can use, but yeah, bud?
I hear bomb.
I know, I'm hitting the wall with this hammer. Do you want to come see what's happening? You gotta have your safety glasses on though. Go get your safety goggles. Okay, so we're gonna take this thing, which is just a piece of metal. Like I say, you can order this. The plugs are only like $6 US. I think you can buy the tie rod hammer out tool for 10 maybe or something. Even just getting this, look there. So I haven't even touched that with the hammer yet. Yeah, that's pretty much cleaned up. No, look. Let's see if there's some stuff there. Look, I don't even need the hammer. That one's totally cleaned up and ready to go. So that hole goes all the way through, and all that was there was a tiny little bit of this hydraulic cement. So you can see how water would easily be able to fill up that entire hole up until, like, I don't know, the edge of my finger there. And it just would sit there, and over time it would kind of seep through. So I think this is going to be a really good solution. So let's try it out right now. Can't find your safety goggles? They're right behind you on the ground, man. Look, they're right there.
No, I don't want them.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So let's see now if this is going to fit. Let's just check it out.
Yeah.
It's pretty snug as it is. But they say take a hammer and just tap it in so that this thing is level.
Woo.
You got to get it all the way into the wall, obviously, so that it isn't sticking out and inhibiting your ability to put insulation or whatever you're putting up against your wall. Man, I think this is going to be pretty cool. You know, the only thing I don't love about that, I would say, is that it seems kind of like the blue part is coming over on this side of the washer. So I'm curious as to when we tighten this thing up, as to whether it will still compress that or not. I think it probably will. So, this is already, I can't really tighten that with my fingers anymore. So let me get a closer up view of that for you. See that there? So what I'm going to get is, as per the directions, is a 3/8 socket, and we're going to give it a few cranks. Make sure it's nice and snug. I mean, it's pretty snug now, but. Okay, so we have now our 3/8 socket. We're going to put this on here. I'm just going to tighten it up until it's a little bit tighter. I can see that blue piece expanding a little bit more. It's getting harder to turn. We're only going to do it hand tight. It's nice and snug. That seems pretty good. Like I say, that one I think because maybe I didn't clean the hole out well enough. It was a little tight going in, and part of the blue thing came out over the top of the washer, part of that edge, but I mean, hey, not much of it, because I can see that, I don't know how you guys can see that, but I can see that, can see the washer there, so a lot of it is in there. Anyway, I feel like this is a really cool thing. And yeah, I'll do a few more here and see. We'll try another one and see if it goes a little smoother. Okay, we're looking at that next hole down there, and I did just put another one in, and it is a little tight getting it in. So what I have is, it says in the directions, You can use a 5/8 masonry bit if you need to in order to, fully prepare the hole. It also recommends like vacuuming it. This fits in like that. Just gonna do it out near the edge. Give it a little, just to make sure there's nothing kind of inhibiting that from going in. And see if it fits in a little better now. Oh, it does. It fits better. I think that's a good. Oh yeah, that's real nice. That one went in there real nice. Let me grab my socket now. I think that makes a difference. I think that's going to be the pro tip, is to just take the masonry bit and give it a be nice and tight there. Yeah, that one looks real good. The washer is doing its job. You don't want to have to hammer it in too hard, I would say, but that one's looking real good. I'll do a couple more. We'll show you, let you tag along and fast forward. Safety glasses. Okay, those are looking pretty great. In there nice and snug. It does say in the directions that you can go ahead and leave them like this, or you can cover it up with that same type of hydraulic cement that's on there. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do yet. I might give it a little cover up. But that's a pretty slick process. That was, it was under 3 minutes to do 2 holes right there. Probably really about 2 minutes of actual work time. In real time. I haven't decided if I'll fast forward that part or not yet. But that was pretty slick. They're all ready to go. We are going to do, though, before we wrap up, a demo. I'm planning to have one extra that I bought. And if I do end up having one extra, I'm going to put it in water, even though it says not to, because I realize it's going to ruin it. It's not going to be any good after that. But just to see what it does, see how it poofs up. That's the technical term. And would inhibit water from getting in. So, with any luck, if I had an extra one, the next clip is that. Okay, say that again.
Hello. 3, 2, 1, action.
Action. Okay, so we're back. We have a little cup of water, and we have this thing. So we're going to put it in top down. So do you want to help? You want to put it in just like that? Just put it in really gently. Hold it from the top. Because water is going to get at it, and just put it down gently. And let's see what it does. So we put it right down on the bottom here. Let's get you guys closer. I'm going to just take it out of here, actually. So we're going to watch and see what this thing does. Does it puff up? What happens? There certainly doesn't seem to be any immediate extreme poofing of it. But let's see. Guys, pull it out a little bit. Is it poofing it? Not yet. No, that's okay. We're gonna let it sit there for a little bit, because that's how water would attack it. Really, is from the bottom. So yeah,
we need more water.
Well, no, I don't want, because water wouldn't usually just go over the whole thing right away. It would be coming at it from that end, because the water's coming from the outside of the house. So yeah. We'll see what happens here. I'm going to keep track of the time and just leave it in there. Just leave it go. Just leave it be, bud. Yeah, I don't want to get water on the other parts. I'm just letting it be in that water. and we'll see what it does. We'll be back with an update.
Bye.
Okay, so we're back downstairs now. We're letting our thing sit in the water. It does look like it's starting to poop up a little bit, but I wanted to show this guy. Over on this wall, when I open up this guy over here, this is a different side of the house. This is one that looked to me like it had some issues before. When I looked down there, it looked a little wet, and when I got the kind of hard to see in there, but it's kind of some wet, sort of sludgy stuff coming out of there. So that tells me that this one is actively fighting water. And then this one here, you can see there was like what looked like an evidence of some active sort of moisture compared to the white stuff. This is from a leak up above. This is I think came up at the top a long time ago. But this one, looked more recent and current. And as I started knocking this out, I got a drip right down. So there's definitely some active water here. So I thought I'd have you, I would film this one too and have you follow around. I'm a little bit hesitant to open this up all the way. I'm going to do it, but I don't know if this is going to cause just a massive, rush of water down here or what's going to happen. But I'm going to try to clean that one out and we'll see if we can get one set in there real well. Okay, so that one is cleared out now with the drill, and you can see there's definitely water seeping in there. So this is going to be a pretty good case study here. I'm going to install this plug, and then I'm going to keep an eye on this for a little while and see if this all starts to dry out. Because if it's keeping the water back further away from this front part of the foundation wall, then that would be a promising thing, I would say. Anyway, it's well more than 3 inches in there, which is what the directions recommend. So we'll put it in and we'll see what it does. Okay, a little update on our water infiltration here and the poofing. It's kind of hard to tell in the video maybe, but it certainly does look like it's getting bigger. It's been about 1 hour right now. So we'll give it a little bit more time. Okay, another quick update here. It is the next morning. I just wanted to show the difference between the one that was in the water overnight and a new one that hasn't touched any water. So it certainly did puff up a bit, and we had it, sitting top down into the water, so that's why it's a little bit more expanded at the top. But yeah, I assume that it would continue to expand. I'm not sure. This is only an overnight test. I gave you the update after an hour or two or whatever it was, where we're starting to see a little bit of expansion. But anyway, certainly expands, and maybe it reacts differently when it's next to the concrete. Maybe it expands more that way. Maybe it just continues to expand really slowly and just fill up that hole. But anyway, I think even just as them being in there nice and tight, it works super well, and evidenced by, this one over here, which you'll remember just yesterday, there was a fair bit of discoloration here. Shadow's kind of in the way. It was dark in this area on the outside of this was where the hydraulic cement went to, and then over here I found it was like a little bit darker and even felt a little bit damp. And honestly, it feels dry today, and that color change is not noticeable. So I feel like already this one that's in here is making a big difference. So yeah, super pleased with this product. I think it's really cool. It's too bad they don't ship to Canada, but yeah, recommended. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time on Fixing Random Crap with Craig. Actually, a couple last tips. One is I decided to just mark with a Sharpie on the wall everywhere where I did the TRX. I think I'm going to come back and do the hydraulic on top of this, just in case, I don't know, just a little backup plan. What if one of these things split or something? It's cheap insurance when this basement's finished. I don't want to have to deal with this again. So I'm marking the ones I've already done, so that if there's an issue in the future, I'll know whether there's already a plug in there or not. And the last tip is buy more than you think you need. As I've gotten to use this for today and yesterday, I've realized I really like them, and also noticed a few other ones that like tie rod holes that I think I'd rather fix up. This one's fine, but I just discovered a few more and realized I'm a little short. So buy extras, and then you know, you only have to get them shipped once. And if you ever have another one leak sometime, it's nice to have some on hand, because you know it definitely will stop an active leak right away, as demonstrated on that other hole that I showed. So, all right, that's it for real. Catch you next time. Thanks a lot.